guys, this is now my 4th video. It will be my 3rd topic that I've talked to you guys about. Again, I kind of keep up with my topics via my Facebook friends. A lot of them have pitched ideas to me, and so I kind of go from there. This is one that originally I posted a Facebook status because I said that I was going to post a video on cheating, which I did, and that's the video that is previous to this one. I had 2 different topics that I was debating between, so I got some feedback from a couple friends of mine, and they said that this is the subject they want me to use. This video is about making sure that you are maintaining distance in your relationship without distancing yourselves away from each other, which is very, very hard to do because life is very, very chaotic, whether you don't live together or you do. It is very hard to make sure that you are not on top of each other all the time, yet you're not so far away from each other that you're drifting apart in your relationship. And this is actually a very hard balance to make. So what I'm going to tell you guys is not necessarily from just my personal experience. This I've actually read up on for my own personal use, and things I've kind of come across from other from authors who have talked about this subject, or from people who I've listened to on TV, Dr. Phil, because I'm a woman and I watch shows like that. So this is what I'm going to kind of go to whenever I'm, discussing this situation. Now, really and truly, it depends on your situation exactly in order to figure out what is the good balance to go to for your relationship. If you live separately, you need to make sure that there is ample time together for you and ample time to yourself. No guy or girl ever needs to, and I'm so anti this, and I know maybe some people really don't agree, but I think that if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, let them go hang out with their friends. Let them have dude time. Let them have chick time. Let them have time to themselves, because it is very important that they have a web of friends outside of you, because I know you're awesome, you're the shiz, whatever. You need to make sure that they have a web, because let's face it, there are going to be some topics that they may not necessarily be 110% comfortable talking to you about, and they need to have somebody to go to that they can vent, because if they don't, that's going to be causing them to bottle up emotions, and like I've said before, that is absolutely not good for anybody. It causes physical, mental, and emotional breakdowns. It's not good. So you need to make sure that they are allowed to go to their friends, go to their parents, go to their family, whatever. And that's good, because that gives you time to have you time. While they have their chick time or dude time, you have your chick time or dude time. And that's important, because you don't need to cut yourself off from the rest of the world because you're in a relationship with somebody. Now, that being said, and I know this is it's an issue in every relationship, so don't think that you're alone. Sometimes you might clash with their bestie or their BFF or whatever they call each other. And that happens. My parents were married, or have been married for almost 23 years now. My dad cannot stand my mom's best friend. But it's sort of, you have to just agree to disagree and kind of suck it up and deal with it. Unless they are actually trying to break you up actively, then just kind of, it's sort of a bite your tongue, hold your attitude to yourself sort of thing, because you need to accept that's your friend, or your lover's friend. They're important to them. Accept it, because I know that my mom doesn't like my dad's best friend either, yet she holds her tongue because she knows that he doesn't like her friend. So it's good for them to have those relationships. You may not necessarily like them, but as long as it is not destructive to your relationship with your significant other, then that's fine. If it is, then please, discuss that and make sure you handle it. And if it comes down to it, if they can't leave their friendship, then the relationship's not to be, and you just have to accept it. But you also have to make sure you have time for you. And this is why it's also very important, because you cannot have your significant other or you going out too much with your friends and not having enough time together. Now, this is where I've heard from other professionals, people who are professionals, who have degrees in this. This is not just coming from me. You need to schedule time for each other, and I know that everyone's like, oh my gosh, it takes the spontaneity out of it, but let's face it, if you are busy adults, You have busy schedules. You don't have time to be spontaneous. And if you're planning on spontaneity happening, you might as well just be waiting for the world to end, because you just don't ever, I mean, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and the world's ending, it's over. So you need to make sure that you're planning time for each other, because if you're just waiting on it to happen, it may not, and then you completely lose touch with each other. So, and this goes for in the bedroom too. I mean, any aspect of your relationship, you need to make sure that you have planned out. And I'm not talking about like OCD plan, like, okay, Monday we go to lunch together, Tuesday I have to go meet the family, then Wednesday we can have sex, and then Thursday we're going to have to go out to eat because I have a luncheon. No, I don't mean like literally have it in your planner. I just mean like every Friday or every Saturday, some day that y'all have that you're both free, make sure you have a dinner together. Make sure you spend that night doing things that you both enjoy. And if it's leisurely stuff that you really enjoy doing, it also minimizes having arguments, because you're not focusing on the stressful things in your life. You're doing things that you both really enjoy. Also, you need to make sure that if you don't like doing the same things, find something that you enjoy doing together. Like, if you like playing video games and she likes going to ballet, let's go watch a movie. Don't go to a ballet because she likes ballet and you hate ballet. Don't expect her to go to a gaming tournament because you like games. Don't do that. Find common ground for the two of you, because no girl nor guy wants to sit there through something that they hate. So you need to make sure you're fine. And I don't mean just one night a week. I mean, there's little things that you should do, but you need to make sure that there is for sure one night a week where you have the ample amount of time together, where you have bubble bath, music, food, things that you really enjoy doing. If you like going outdoors, maybe go for a picnic, or if you're in the area where you can go skiing or something, or, water skiing, or do something that you really both enjoy so that you're having good time together. Now, for any relationship, especially if you live together, you need to recognize when y'all have been together too long. And I'm not mean like relationship, like we've been together for 4 years, it's too long. I mean like we have been on top of each other too long. And I know depending on your living situation, some people live in smaller places than others. Some people have studio apartments where there's no room for each other. Some people have bigger apartments or houses or whatever. What you need to make sure you do is, if you live in a studio apartment with your significant other, you need to find an area where you can seclude yourself, which may not necessarily be easy, or go out walking. Make sure that you are not on top of each other 110% of the time, because you're going to hate each other. You're going to get picky about every little thing that happens, and you are not going to get along, because you're just going to get irritated. Everybody needs their personal space. And, some people need more space than others. But, you have to make sure that you have time to think. You have time to breathe. And don't be afraid to let whoever you're with know that you have been on top of each other way too much. And it might hurt their feelings, but you have to watch. Don't censor yourself for their sensibility. If they are sensitive, you're going to have to break it down to them regardless. Because you can't just sit there and, keep quiet your entire life because they're sensitive. They need to know. Because if not, then you're going to keep shutting yourself out and shutting yourself out and shutting yourself out until eventually you can't stand it anymore, and then you're going to lose it. So it's better to maybe hurt their feelings now by telling them they've been on top of you too much than for it to be a huge fight later on when it doesn't have to be. So, it's again, that line of communication you have to keep open. You have to just be like, look, I love you dearly. You need to get out of my space. You are in my bubble. You need to go someplace else. And they need to be able to do the same thing to you. So, you sort of need to make sure that line of communication is open, not only on their end, but your end too. They need to be able to approach you and talk to you about the same thing. Like I said, this is the same spiel I give at the end of all of my videos, because it is the most important thing to me. Take care of yourself. Okay? If you see that your relationship, if they literally will not let you have your space, if they are cutting you off from your friends and family, if they are destructive to you personally, GTFO. Do not stay. Take care of yourself, your friends, your family. Those are important too. Your relationship might be important, but your friends and family are important also. You need to make sure that they are not isolating you from everybody. Because, when they're gone, if y'all do split up or for whatever reason something happens, you need those people in your life to be there, to be, the pillow that you fall on whenever something happens. So with that being said, this is I think I said my third topic video, fourth video in total. As usual, leave comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any topics that you want me to touch on anytime soon that you really need to hear about, let me know. If you have any personal situations you would like me to discuss with you, go ahead and feel free to send me a message. And I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks.